December. I mean, in Ghana, is like the hot spot. It's not even like the hot spot. It is the hot spot on the continent of Africa because everybody is looking forward to be in December. Events are organized. Artists step up their game. Performances everywhere. Parties everywhere. The crowd moves here today. Tomorrow they are there, and they are there as well. But today we are here with some industry heads who are in the entertainment space as well. They also organize events to actually assess the December that we had in Ghana. Some people, to them, they believe the December was not dirty enough. And when I say that, DJ Mesa smiles. Yeah, they said the December was not dirty enough. Others too said it was overwhelming because they had so much fun. People were also complaining about, some of the experiences they had. Some were also saying that, hey, I didn't have the best experience for what I paid for and all of that. We'll be looking at that, what we can do better, because, for conversations like this, we are not looking at, hitting hard at someone, but we are looking at how we can make experiences better for the next crowd of people, the next December, that's 2026, that's upon us in the next, I think, 11 months, 12 months. Yes. So, yes, today we are about to have that conversation. I have here with me 3 of my very good friends. 2 are here now. One will be joining us later. I'm talking about DJ Mensa, who is, a DJ, an entertainment head, an event organizer, so many things in one. True or true?
True.
Nice. And then also I have Robert Clark, who is the head of public events and communications at Chatter House. And when you see him, you would understand, because yes, we are in the season, the time is here, and the hair returns to its color around this time. How you doing, Robert?
I'm well. We thank God for life.
Good. What is it with we're in the season, right?
You just need to understand we're in the season. So yeah.
All right.
Obviously we are warming up. Yeah, so all the way from now till May.
Yeah.
Actually till June.
Till June.
Yes.
You keep the redhead till June.
Yeah, because that's when the season actually really ends.
Yeah. Then when it ends, you go back to whichever color you feel like.
Back to settings. then I reset.
I saw what he tried to do there. No pun intended, by the way. But yes, he says that he resets. But yeah, Happy New Year is in order.
Happy New Year to both. I can just imagine how much will be coming into my pocket to change my hair color.
You said?
I'm just imagining how much will have to come to me to change my hair color.
Oh my God! How much will you charge to change your hair color?
I'm just trying to say he's getting.
No, but I'm asking you.
Who, me?
Yeah. How much would they afford to change your hair?
I can't put a number to it. It will come with a lot of things.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
Wow. Like
how many years you're supporting the event? All of that will come to play.
So let's say a year.
Oh, a year I won't sign up for it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Multiple years.
If we are doing 10 years plus, yes, I will change my hair color to whatever you told me to.
Indigo.
Tell me, trust me. If it's worth it.
If it's worth it, you'll do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah, but it's good to have, you guys here. You were, for you, like with Aquaba UK, you organized so many events this December. And then also, as somebody who is also in the event space, you were also at so many events and experienced a lot of things. General overview. With you, DJ Mensa, you've organized events for so many years now. Now, the whole December, the Detty December, December in GH, December in Ghana thing, it looks like, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it picked up and gained prominence after 2019, the year of return. And then a lot of people, started going haywire with it. Everybody was like, hey, after a year of return, beyond the return, sustained it for some time. You've seen all of these years. When you look at this year, what will be your assessment of it?
Thank you very much for bringing me back here into your studios. And then, yes, you are right. It gained this prominence or this large noise or whatever about it after the 2019. But yes, we shouldn't forget the fact that it was someone's baby, a certain Dennis Teria, who gave birth to it and said, oh, I'm going to, push this diaspora thing for people to come out here in Ghana in December. It used to be like, oh, you come back home for a vacation, you go to your village, you visit the parents and all of that. But we made sure we were organizing events, welcoming people to town, gave them a series of event that we are still running from the last 15 to 20 years. So, yes, with that being said, to us, we are good. This is what we were growing, and it's good to know that yes, you give birth to something, and it's now this huge, and that's what we expected that it was going to happen. So, yes, it's growth to us. It's an elevation, and we're happy about it.
Wow, thank you very much. Before Robert gives me his preliminary thoughts, we also need to know that my very good friend also, Edem Mensah Sosome, is also here with me. How you doing, Edem?
Charlie, I'm fine.
Muwachu.
Me who watch it.
It looks like after you married, I've not seen you again.
Something like that. Charlie,
but I hope you're doing well.
By the grace of
Happy
Charlie.
New Year to you too.
Many happy
Charlie,
returns.
more enjoyment for you as well.
Charlie,
December is
days
here. December is almost here, so we are in January, but December is almost here.
Almost here. It starts now. It starts from now.
All right, Robert. I mean, for you as well, your observations and your general overview for this recent past December as well.
I think we had one of the most amazing experiences you can think about. And there are many facets to it. It's almost impossible for me to look at it without touching on it from different perspectives. The first one has to do with the fact that in terms of the positioning we are claiming in Africa, it's the biggest, arguably the biggest exports, like, creative economy exports you can think about. It's a marketplace that has been created. And I must say that this marketplace, kudos goes to the private sector for holding it down for all these years. He's talking about things that they've started way back in the past, and they are still consistent in the space. So it's about the consistency, the constant investment by private sector to be able to make it happen. And I also want to say kudos to the government for seeing it's clearly, because obviously you looked at it and you saw it and you put your stamp on you put your stamp on it, and then you took it out there and then started advertising everything about it, promoting it to different quarters, which at the end of the day the collaboration now made it easier for the rest of the world to come and visit and experience it. So I'm particularly glad, and I'm happy about the caliber of people who came through in terms of artists who were in town. From international artists that we know, hip hop to R&B to rap, whatsoever, the Busta Rhymes, etc. It was there, all right. And then you go to Afrobeats stars globally. Apart from Wizkid, I think that everybody you can think about was in the space, all right. So from the Ashake to Rema to what do you call it, Davido, yes, they were all in this country. In addition to our home stars, solid, holding their own events. As a matter of fact, our artists have transitioned from just being artists to becoming institutions that drive economic activity, and that is why they are holding their own events. And these events are being patronized, and it's beautiful. And you can see the numbers coming through, and so you want to give kudos to these folks because they indeed are making things happen. I also want to give big ups to all the event organizers, because really they are the backbone of this whole engagement and how things are happening, and they keep pushing forth. And I think that when you put all of these things together, it simply says that we have the will and interest to want to do more, and that's the reason why we are doing what we are doing. And for each one of these, looking at it from the creative economic lens, I see contribution to GDP, I see jobs being created, I see a number of things in the space. And for me, I'm happy about how money is passing through hands. So from transportation to accommodation to security men being hired, name them, food and beverage, on the everything within the space that heavily is being consumed because we have created this particular marketplace, and that is powered by the creative economy. And I think that we have to clap for ourselves for having done another good job. And for the government, it's good that continuity is in the place, because really it doesn't matter who is running it. For as long as it's for Ghanaians, every government should fall in line to ensure that we keep running it. So I'm happy with what we have. All right,
now to you, Adam, it's good we're having events like this, right? From pretty much from like the 1st of December to like the 31st. Even if it overflows into January, it looks like the first week of January there's something happening. But you realize that a lot of people are also, so somebody like me, I feel like it gets overwhelming because I'm fatigued at a point. Because today I'm here, tomorrow I'm here, tomorrow I'm there, and I'm there and I'm there. And I'm like, aren't we overloading December with too many events, back to back to back, which is getting people to feel like, man, it's too, because I would want to be at this concert, to be at that concert, to be at that concert. But now it is back to back to back. So aren't we overloading December with all these events?
I don't think that we are overloading. It's what the market is looking for. Is the market there for it? Whether the events are 20 or 30. I mean, if you look at almost all the big shows had, I mean, like
Sold out.
Yes, in terms of the numbers. So it's up to you, the individual, because there are other places for you. The president took trip away from Accra, went to the central region, Gomwa Center, Crown Forest, right?
Yeah, Crown Forest.
With a wife. And he said it was a day like he slept like early and woke up late and had some serene atmosphere. I mean, there are so many of those places out of Accra. So it's about your planning and it's about your interest. But if you think the concerts are what you want, go and enjoy. I mean, even just in Accra, you can decide to go to other places. Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park is there. I mean, it's clocking the numbers. And there's so many places you can go. But the event market is also there. So the event organizers, the promoters will have to, ensure that they are maximizing what the people want. So for me, I think it's good because, like we are saying, there is a certain value chain. And the value chain is, picking or getting something from whatever is happening. So if you look at it from just the event and the fun and people are getting tired, it can be limited. But if you look beyond, there are so many in the value chain who have to make some gains, make some ends meet. And at the end of the day, what it means is that it is telling investors that that economy is viable investing in.
It's worth investing.
The programs are worth sponsorship. So, I really love that atmosphere. Let's not touch it. Make no hand touch them. Make the things go on because the people are enjoying it and there's a market for it.
All right, that's great. But then again, you realize that another aspect of it that, for me, especially my circle of friends, it looked like most of the events were targeting the diasporans. And the locals were more like, if you can't afford it, stay at home. DJ Reza, is that a case? That the target for event organizers for this December is like, hey, the diaspora is my market. You are home, if you don't have the money, just stay at home. Because, you see some event, they are charging like what? $50, $60.
Some of the entries are 2K.
Yeah, and 2K to enter without drink, nothing.
You are not assured of a chair.
So, is that a case? And is that something that we need to do
I like
about
the fact that you mentioned the president went away to, like, outside Accra around Detty December. And one of the things that I've been preaching is that there are people that come in not for parties. There are so many reasons why people come. Some are for not just tourism, for development, everything in terms of, coming to acquire investments and all of that. So again, you need to know where the direction is or whatever you're pushing. For us, the target was just the diasporans coming over here to touch on some of the event grounds that we have. And that's why it's hardly for us to even repeat an event somewhere. So if you realize our event lineup have different locations in that, from Pink Flamingo to Enzo to Polo Beach, because we are trying to let them know that these are the stuff or these are the event grounds that we have, that we are showing you. So for Aquaba events, that's what we push. So it's mostly 70% of the diasporans and 30% locals. So I don't know how the other event companies are coming in and what their push is. For us, that's what we push. We push more diasporans and go from there.
All right. So is it that the percentage is never going to change? It's going to remain 70-30?
As I said,
for
for us, it's growth. A lot of things are changing. People used to come out very early for these events. But this year, what are we seeing? The new flex is staying out so late and then, taking your phone out to get a daylight pictures. And that's the new
like
thing.
the 7 a.m.
We can't
thing.
change it.
Yeah.
You have people that you are completely sold out and your event is still empty at 2 a.m., waiting to come at 4 a.m. You understand? So these are some of these changes we are not controlling. We will be there by 10 p.m. waiting for people to come, and they don't show up till 2. So we are not in control of everything that is happening. It's happening so fast that yes, you need to change some of the things to do suit whatever is happening to you.
All right, Robert.
But you see, so I like what he said. Most of the time, if you can't control some of these things, what you need to do is to monitor it and then adjust accordingly. You have a government that has just said 24-hour economy. If you have your people now moving into that particular phase, I don't think you should have a reason to worry. You rather need to embrace it and say, how do we manage? Because this nightlife style, so to say, that you can say it's a good example of a 24-hour economy at work is hitting you. So manage it already and then see how you can take advantage as you move forward. You understand what I'm saying? But for venues, if for example, you had venues which required for you to leave the place at 12 a.m. on the dot, then that would have made, you know, some difference, because then obviously everybody knows that if you don't finish by this particular time, the program is closed. So
that's where regulations
need to come in. Those things, you know. But beyond that, otherwise this is the wave, and then we'll have to run with it, because clubs are running, people are going to clubs at 4 a.m. and it's normal. And when they leave the place 8 a.m., they are going to some watching joints. They want to capture the daylight rising, and they feel like, yeah, this is it. When we say they can't dirty on ourselves, that's exactly what it is. So it is what it is.
That thing is not even just an Accra thing. I was in Swedro, Agona Swedro. I mean, a friend of mine, Mason Inyua, put up an event where Kim Promise was a headliner. I was in Swedro Greenland Hotel at their poolside. It's a very big place. As at 11, where they've started, I mean, taking tickets, people coming. When I picked the mic to start hyping the place, Charlie, it's like you are seeing the place almost empty. Nana, I have that time now. 3 a.m. Charlie, every place is packed. Like, Charlie, you don't go get any place packed with 3 a.m. And Kim Promise came on stage around 3:15 or 3:20. They parted that till the next day. He performed that till like you can see the sun. Like, so it's like that culture has creeped in fast, and not even just Accra. It's like it's going to other parts of the country, and it's really interesting. And you know, that's where at times too, if you are, I was really shaky. I mean, some of the organizers, hey Charlie, they go come, and Charlie.
Yeah.
So, oh, yeah, train.
So it's not necessarily about the cost.
Yeah.
But people are ready to party regardless.
No, because sometimes, like you said, there's instances where people have purchased tickets already. And you can check your back end.
So you are fine.
Yeah, but they are not there.
They have to come before you start.
You understand what I'm saying? They are not there. So that's an issue you have to deal with.
It's like people have some.
And then the other side is that people there have been instances where in the past you close around 2 o'clock. And then there are safety issues, because when people close, they are not too sure how. Yes.
Okay.
So some people also feel it's even safer to close at 4 or 5, because then, like, you know, life has already started. The day is starting, and so you can easily weave into it. So it's also become a bit funny now.
So does
how
it
these
then mean
things work.
that we need to then shift our event start times?
Well, I don't know if you have to shift it. I did the comedy show. And we advertised 8 o'clock and then beginning the show at 9 o'clock, and we worked with that. And the people who came, yes, that's what we did. And by 12 o'clock, we had closed. That's it. Because again, it's about the targeting. So you need to understand the dynamics of the people that you're dealing with. Yeah. If your targets, that is what you're working in. For them, if you are late, they will start calling, won't you start? Won't you start?
Yeah.
You know, it's a different conversation altogether. Uncle Ebu's show.
Yeah.
You know,
what is 8 is 8.
Exactly. You know, so
because
there are different,
you know,
there are different folks that you're dealing with. So you need to be able to understand that. And for him as well, he had to build a culture, you know, to ensure, because sometimes you're running 2 shows. Yeah. And so you can't, you know, if you delay the first one, it will impact the second one. So you have to know there's a start time, there's an end time, that kind of stuff. So these are the dynamics, and we just need to be able to find ways to manage it, really.
And I think other things to play to some of this, and some are technical, where the setup is not done completely. At times, based on the pressure on a certain venue, maybe like the Black Hole show, that stadium, then the day before, you know, we also had that boxing bouts.
Yes.
Then they have to. It's not easy. So, I mean, I understand a lot of people went and how they had to wait a long time for even Kojo Manuel to start the hyping before Black Hole came around 12:20 or thereabouts. You know, so at times, other things also play a role. When traffic situation, especially around this time, where everywhere program they go on, Charlie, everywhere choke. So some of the traffic situations, so the organizers want to allow more time so that the people can get in. And also, at times, with some of the programs, in terms of the outlets where people can get into the venue, they do not have so many people working for them. So there are a lot of few like the stadium events, few outlets, and it is making, you see the amount of people at the back of the stadium and how the process is slow. Enter. At times, the internet is some way, scanning becomes a problem, and the gate should be open early, especially if you don't have too much staff to ensure that you have so many outlets where people can get in. You need to start early, so that maybe 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you start.
If I start at 11, I should stay at 5.
Now half an hour, you know, see them. People go bed the day before. So, I mean, there's a culture.
Yeah.
So, if you do that, you'll be able to get more of them in by 10 o'clock, so that you can start early.
What do we need to do or improve when it comes to crowd control or managing people at events? Because I'll give you an example. I was here with King Smith, and he was talking about one event he was at. And he said right in front of him, what he saw, he panicked because people were literally passing out in front of him. Do you understand? Somebody pays for a VIP experience. You don't know what happens, and then boom, everybody breaks into it. Everybody feels everywhere,
and then nobody, something like
you know, nobody is able to like have the experience that they were promised. What can we do about some of these things? You know, what can we do about some of these things?
It scares me for one, because we shouldn't I've been to event, and some of the stuff I see, I get scared. I wouldn't mention an event I saw.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to, but yeah.
But if the speakers had come down, it was rigged up, and then people were just sitting around under the rigging and everything and all. And with what I saw, if it came down, I would have lost about 20 people right there. That was what I was focused on, because my event side kicked in. Right there, I was able to see that this is so dangerous and the worst can happen, right? So we shouldn't forget that a lot of people came into the industry just by default. Like, there's no training, nothing like that. So this is where, and it's growing so fast that government or regulators need to come in. I mean,
I can wake up tomorrow, organize an event,
and nobody's going to question
nobody's
you.
Questioning
health
me,
and safety, nobody's taking anything serious. And even with insurance, are we insuring our events in these spaces and all of that? And talking about the venue challenge, it's a stadium. It wasn't built for an event. So when there's an event there before that, and then people are coming in, they are not even ready. Maybe Blacko, as at 9-10 p.m., had not even come on to do his sound check, if the show will be good and all of that. So the challenges are like high. But again, it's growing so much, and that's where we need to, some of these things have to kick in. Talking about regulation, again, if you have bars that are running till morning, they have licenses. Nobody is pushing them. Some bars are supposed to close by 10 p.m. Some have licenses to close at 12. But who is pushing them to do it? So it's about time that we start pushing for some of these things, so that there will be pre-games, there will be pre-hours, people coming out early to some spots closing for others too. If you travel somewhere, there are places that are opening around 5 a.m. There are clubs that are opening at 6 a.m. because that's what the alliances is allowed them, permit them to do.
All right.
So with respect to, I understand the conversation, but there's another thing. So last year, one of the things I did was to take time to participate in a few international events. And there is a particular strategy in how some of these things are managed. At the beginning of the program, all efforts goes into welcoming guests. So you amplify your entry points by people, number of checks, places and stuff like that. Everybody more or less like hands on deck. And so you're working on packing, you're working on everybody arriving, ensuring that people are able to get in, and then the numbers, that you need critical mass so you can do what you're doing. When they close, in fact, just a few hours before the close, they even have rules about a time beyond which they are not going to allow any more people to enter. Yes, because then they want to be able to maintain the management. And then there's a last entry, yes. And even the nightclubs, even in the UK, they have that. So if, for example, you go beyond 2 o'clock, even though the show is closing at 4, beyond 2 o'clock, you can't go in. That's it, it's done. So all these things are there. And then towards the end, you tool all your folks. Then they focus on exits, because the numbers increased during that particular time. So you want to be able to accommodate the size that are coming out, and then you route them through specific areas, knowing that most people are going to pass X or Y, and X number of folks are going to be going to their cars and that kind of stuff. So there's a certain amount of thinking that goes into it, both entry and exit points, and you have to be able to factor all of these elements in. So these are not just, it doesn't just happen. People think about it, that's one too. I think, and I suggested it in one of the sessions where we had, we met with the Ghana Police Force, that we need special units within the Ghana Police Service who are trained for this particular purpose. Maybe initially there wasn't a need, but right now it is. So we need that. And these folks are supposed to look the parts. And when I say look the parts, I mean look the parts. That is one. And two, they are supposed to be firm, but also very human friendly, so that they can give a customer service face more or less, because they are an extension of an event organizer, but they should be very firm in terms of the rules and principles and how to maintain law and order with respect to what they're doing. And these guys should have knowledge with respect to crowd control excellence, and they should be tooled, or they should be resourced to be able to perform the functions that they are supposed to do. And we should be able to also get into the scientific aspect of understanding the ratio in terms of how many people, how many security folks to the number of folks that they are supposed to manage, and then use that scientific elements to be able to manage huge crowds, that kind of stuff. So we need to get into that space, and we need to be able to perfect it eventually, because as it stands, events are driving this whole conversation we are having right now is about events, driving the whole December and GH conversation. And so we need to be able to do that so that we can get top-notch experiences happening. And once we do that, they should be able to help. I think there have been several years, is it Afro Nation?
Yes.
The last version that was held, that was one of the that was one of the big issues that we had, in terms of the gates and its management and all of that. So it's important that we don't just focus on bringing in the numbers, or not desire to just have them, but we also need to be able to develop the manpower and the thinking that can help us manage the crowds, because all of these folks are people and they deserve to be given good treatment, So I think those are the things that we need to be able to work on, honestly.
Wow.
And by extension, it goes into the VIP management that I think a few of the events also had, VIP management, so then it becomes easier. The planning, first of all, to know who you are dealing with and how to manage it, and then based on that, you also get the right security folks to be able to enforce the demarcations that you have, so that the people can get their first-class, world-class experience because they paid for it.
I like that.
I think it's very crucial. Event organizers need to pay attention to that service, because, I mean, if you look at the purchase decision making of any individual, I mean, you start with where you have a need, you scan through what you have, okay, you get to know the quality process, then you make your purchase decision. One of the most important aspects is the post-purchase. That's the last stage.
Experience.
Whether you recommend it to somebody, whether you will give negative or positive reviews, whether you buy it again. I mean, that is one of the most important post-purchase. And as a result of that, event organizers need to have that mentality that these are customers. If I say VIP and I do not demarcate well and there is an inconvenience created, tomorrow, if I'm putting up an event and say VIP, will this same guest have that courage to come or tell people, oh, Charlie, make you buy, they are VIP there? So you need to have that service mentality so that you do not inconvenience your VIP and expect them to come tomorrow. I mean, we need to treat our clients with respect so that it doesn't look like we are playing on their minds. I mean, some of the events, you go there and you go see, hey, VIP,
like,
Charlie,
everybody is there, and then
you understand. And at times, if you stand there, you don't go see. And for day on your chain, I mean, that inconvenience is not the best. I mean, we need to be very careful, because if you do that, you are creating a certain perception about event. And today, with the advent of social media, people can go and do some crazy reviews about your event, which will not be fine. And also, I think that event security, we need to really pay attention to it. I mean, our mind should not go more on the fun, but more of the security. And I mean, an event like Taste the Culture, I really like the way the security, I mean, every point you are going, you meet police, security men to the backstage. I mean, you need to ensure that because you don't know who can sneak in. And the crowd too, I mean, you need to ensure that they are protected in a way. And that's why I was very happy with the Gitmo concerts, GT Bank concert. At a point, I saw the fire service spraying with a fire tender, spraying water into the crowd to cool people. I mean, because a lot was going on. The whole place was packed. So we need to have that, I mean, client mentality to ensure that, because if you are not careful and something bad happen out of bad crowd control, it can affect us. I mean,
it affects the brand.
You cannot tell me that May 9 has not had an effect on our stadium attendance since then. I mean, since then, our stadium attendance, local league, has been some way. Right after, I mean, at the Go Park, right after May 9, Charlie, I'm not going to even talk to the Go Park. Charlie, they go, sure, okay,
but you know,
we need to pay attention because the day we lose it, it may affect the market. So we really need to pay attention to security, crowd control, and everything. Have professionals in the place to protect the space.
It's good you mentioned like one of the events, but then again, I keep asking myself this. One of the events that the crowd was managed very, very well, and it was very well demarcated, was Global Citizen, right? And it was also a free event. So it's happening like, if it's a free event, nobody cares about the crowd. But then you're taking them into an enclosed area. Do you get? So what can we do about free events? Do we need to, if it's an enclosed area, maybe people should sign up and get something and come, you know? So it would, because once I take them into an enclosed area and it's a free event, that means, quote and unquote, you do not have control over the number of people that will show up. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Because there is no...
there is no way control. You can track and say, okay, it's a free event, but I'm going to have like 40
tickets
people.
Are sold out.
Yeah, tickets are sold out and all that.
There's no control.
I think it's something that we need to look at as well. But finally, before we go, the final thing we are going to look at is prices of goods and services. See, the tweets I saw, the posts I was able to see,
the bills, people
were complaining about the prices of goods around December. And it looks like it goes on to more or less like, once December is done, it pretty much stays the same into the next year. Then automatically people just increase price and then they maintain it. Do you understand? I mean, what can be done? Is there anything we can even do about this?
I'm not too sure if, but maybe DJ Mesa can confirm if it stays. But I think that, so this is purely from the economics side. There's demand and supply. And when demand is high, what's going to happen is that prices are going to go up. Yeah. You understand? There's even a culture of gate fee prices going up based on demand. So it starts at, let's say, 100 cedis. And at a particular point, when demand is up, and we know that the place is getting full, and then you want to get there, and the numbers are coming, they hike, the figures begin to go up. And it's legitimately going up, and you have to pay for it, that kind of stuff. And then for those who cannot afford, you have to go to other places. These are things that people put in place because, you see, again, when you are looking at the nightlife of venues and stuff like that, on a regular night, you probably have only 5 people taking care of X number of people. But on special nights, you now have to employ maybe 10, 15, 20 because so your cost is going up. Your cost is going up, your AC is going up because everything is full house. You are paying for certain DJs who are supposed to come and play. On a regular day, you probably have your house music playing or house DJ who just come and put some playlist or something, or you know, whatever. But right now, you're supposed to be paying DJs who are supposed to be on rotation, and so your cost, your operational cost is up. All factors. But you have the same location space, the size, and you're supposed to manage things that are coming in. What do you do? So those are some of the things that they do. But you see, for most of these things, I can understand how people feel, but the thing is, nobody is being forced, really. And it's nice. No, I understand, because you see, you can't just speak for the consumer, because the event organizer they've got, you know, what do you call it,
cost to take over.
Yeah, they've got cost to take over. Just like you want to buy water and on the streets you get it for 1 cedi or 2 cedis, bottled water, and you go to a hotel, the conversation is different, So I think that these are the dynamics. So for most, I think it'll probably be difficult to be able to work around this, and especially when we had what do you call it, the VAT component being 20.
Before you sit down, if you owe like 50 grand.
There's a VAT component on the sales tax, I think, the value that is there. I think right now it's come down, but all of these elements. So you look at so I'm just trying to paint the picture from their,
and thank you
from
for
their
doing
side,
that,
because if you don't, then you just think
things are just
and you see,
so
there is that aspect that at times the build-up, it trickles down from the top. Like some of the venues are expensive. Now from there it comes to how the event organizer take the venue, look at their production costs, and sell spaces for vendors. There was a time, one of the events at Airwalk, my man Tick had a space there.
Wanted to get a spot.
Yeah, he went there to his Gen X pizza, and I asked for the slot. Charlie,
the 10,000.
20K, because the 10,000 will be small. What you want to do, you can't have the space. So if you take 2.
Okay, so 20K. So then that 20K cost
plus workers,
you must now spread it over
Charlie,
the pizza to be able to make your money.
It be serious. So like we also need to look at that thing too.
So your cost of making the appearance there itself.
It's a build up from the top. So it's a whole chain that we need to, look and tackle and find a way out, because that's how I had you. I say,
so to add up,
person.
So to add up,
also add one last thing.
Maybe Tick's brand, all right? Maybe you buy for 100 Ghana cedis, but you go to an event and you're selling it for 300. You'll be mad, or you might just be upset that you're not going to. But these are the things that you cannot come out to talk about. For us, if you are going to, let's say, let me use a space like Bloomberg. It's set up for a long period, or Enzo. So they might just manage some of the costs, because it's like they are running through long term. But for someone like me, going to take an event space where there's nothing, there's no broom. So if I bring a broom,
you have to pay for it.
I have to pay for it. If I bring this and that, so just imagine setting up from the ground, from couches, lighting, and all of that, bringing staff. And now I have even gone, from having one staff taking care of about 2-3 tables, a staff to a waiter or 2 waiters to a table to give a better service. And how much are you going to give them? Their transportation is costing. Uber is charging crazy to get them to work. How much? Even if you give them 500 a night, it's still not enough. So when you look at all these numbers and then you add up to the experiences and everything, that's why people will complain and say, oh, it's too expensive and all of that. But it's not an everyday thing. It's just the moment, the season. But the part that he mentioned, that yes, people don't go back after December. They keep it the same, and it keeps our prices high. One of the things that we don't have to play with is pricing and how we are going up with all these things, because it's going to, in the long term, it's going to affect us. The diasporans that are coming in, if they check, if I go to Jamaica, right, and I'm getting the same experience or even better or a little bit for less, and I'm coming to Ghana, let's say if I go to Jamaica, I'm buying a ticket from UK to Jamaica, it's more, maybe 500. Here, my ticket is already costing me 2,500 at least. Accommodation, and now I have to pay for the event. I need to buy drinks, I need to buy traffic and all of that, and it's costing me $10,000 to come to Ghana. What are you going to choose?
To Jamaica.
Exactly. So we need to work on all these things, from flights. Already, if it's not close and you're trying to find flights, you find cheaper. Not when in December. Check now. And the prices are over 2,000 already. Sometimes, yes, you'll be lucky to have some small window where it goes below maybe $200 less and all that. But these are things that will not help us. So from the top, we need to watch all these things. One time I asked the hotel why they were going up and all that. They showed us the back end of what the charges, the cost before they even add up, and you'll be surprised.
And it's high.
So it's not also their fault. So the pricing that needs to be worked up from the top, where there are regulations, where we know that, okay, you can't go over this amount, or something is happening behind the scenes that we don't know, that will keep the pricing to what is being charged everywhere else.
Or a regular nightclub.
Let Robert go there.
A regular nightclub, for example, if you take, they are functional on Friday, Saturday. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they own the place and run the place, and they're supposed to pay rent at the end of the month. And yet they're operating just 2 days.
2 days.
Okay.
In a week. And they are supposed to use the 2 days to still raise the funds, and whoever is working there, you are keeping them because you can't afford to be changing people every week because you're not sure if they're going to come to work or not. So you need to understand the dynamics of that particular place. So during seasons like this, when they're supposed to be running every day, the conversation and the dynamics are different.
It's a cocoa season.
Exactly. So they have to amplify what they're doing just to be able to meet the demand. And when they do these things, when they resource their folks, they have to be able to get the money coming from elsewhere. But I can understand the general sentiments that cost are high. Yeah. But then the question I would also ask is, are people paying? No, I'm going into the economics aspect.
People that understand, especially with the table culture, the people that understand don't even complain anymore because they know they are getting more value than just walking in and buying a ticket and coming in and coming to spend. You realize that you're actually losing than paying it bringing your friends together and buying a table for 50,000 or 20,000. So people need to take their time and understand that because you're actually paying for the seat, your ticket pricing is in there, your waiter that is, everything is captured
together with the drinks and all the
drinks and
the
everything.
service,
So
the tables.
yes, you realize that with experience, especially when it's better, you leave and know that I actually cheated the event organizer. Trust me.
Yeah, for me, I think that the leadership, from GTA, the ministry, the GRA. In times like this, they need to. Now she said, there's
a lot happening. There's a lot of good things happening.
They need to do a lot of stakeholder.
They are coming out with something good. Okay, tell me about it.
No, I think I should allow the right authorities to say it.
The threshold. It has come down. So there should be that engagement. Prior to the season, we saw GTA had a meeting with the police. This can be done with GRA and others, with some key events stakeholders, to ensure that there is some level of control and some level of cushion to ensure that it is not passed on to the patron. So we can have, because at the end of the day, like DJ Mensa was saying, if the pricing becomes too much, somebody will have to compare locations and see which one is cost effective. Yeah. So let us all be mindful of these. Those at the top need to be very interested in this and find a way where there will be some middle ground.
All right. DJ Mensa, before we go, what are the plans for this year, 2026? Any events you're going to see?
We are talking about all this. I'm not going to lie. I'm scared. We need to hold December in Ghana very well with our hearts, you understand? That's why you find me on social media attacking people when they are playing with it because we've lost our football.
People said that December was not dirty, that is it true?
Where the event venues are getting sold out.
We've lost our football before. We lost it to our counterparts. We've done the movies, music at a point, now it's kind of like working out.
Hey, it was good to see all of them in Ghana, man. I was so excited.
Yeah. So I don't want us to lose Detty December or December in Ghana or however you want to put it. So yes, we should hold this with our heart. And talking about, 2026, we have events that are coming. I can't sit here to talk about it, but the very one that we should all expect is the Royal Alberto on the 6th of March. Saturday, Rapaholic.
I know it's going to be beautiful there.
Yes.
I can already see it. I know it's going to be beautiful. Would you give us a dance?
Oh, that one.
Now people are paying to come and see the dance.
Automatic.
All right, Adam, 2026.
Yeah, I think UK will have like the big smile from the beginning because it's also going to be another crazy, wonderful show in Manchester in March, where Sleeky Promotion is staging 69 Ghana's Independence Concert, headlined by Samini. Just after Sarkodie, Samini takes over in UK, Manchester.
They're shutting it down.
Ketcher is on, Obi and Ponsa is on. Koko Darlington and a couple of musicians. And I think it's going to be wonderful at the Ukraine Culture Center in Manchester. So it's like, it's going to be amazing for those in UK. So they should, position themselves for March in UK. This one I know be December in GH. March in UK. You know, I mean, and also big shout out to Tick. He's watching. He just opened his new branch at Olebu, new pizza and others. You know,
I have to start sending you build out.
So-
Baby, shout out. Nice one.
Before Robert comes in, please let me take this to also mention that just the same way we started pushing December, like since 1999, we started with Easter about 3 years ago. This is going to be our 4th year, where we are still bringing in people to also experience Easter. It used to be like a cool thing, but for about 3 years now, we've been telling people that no, I mean, Accra has beautiful places. There's not everybody that goes to Kuru. Nothing happens in Accra, but yes, we've made it a point to make sure a lot of things are happening in Accra. So look out for that one as well.
Easter in Accra.
Heavy.
Robert, 26th.
What's 26th?
I mean, you know, May, June. You know what I'm talking about. What should we expect?
Red hair.
Oh,
The red hair.
Well, I mean, I think that clearly the announcements will start going out from next week, so everybody will know about it. But for now, let me just quickly say that I want to specifically focus this year on the creative economy. I think that we need to have conversations with respect to how value is made along the chain with respect to creatives and how we contribute to the development of the country and how these things need to be valued so that investments are done properly. And we need to be able to lay this foundation to also encourage the younger ones who are coming, who are creatives, to be able to clearly see, you know, the pathway that has been laid for them so they can make money and be able to progress. And the government will have to see the value of what we do, because you see, most of these things we're talking about, publicity and all of that, some of the best folks you can find who can literally publicize some of these events are these artists. They are working billboards, and they should be able to constantly sell Ghana or whatever we are doing December in GH from now, wherever they go to, because all these tours that they've been doing is an opportunity for them to be able to project it. So these are things that we need to be having, cultural attaches coming together, using platforms, creating festivals that can speak to, you know, everybody out there. But the thing is this, when you're going to stretch and call out the rest of the world, let's not forget that we need to do our home and house cleaning real quickly and
put our house in order.
Exactly, and ensure that the routes that lead to places where we are doing big push, they should prioritize the routes that lead to the tourist sites. You know, it's going to be done anyway, but can it be done now first? Because, you know, you have immediate demand for it, that kind of stuff. We need that kind of interagency coordination, so that even though the stuff is being done, it should be done, you know, with some priorities in mind, so that we can generate some economic value coming through. Those are the areas I think I want to be able to think about, and I would encourage more people to also begin to have conversations around these areas, because otherwise we'll keep thinking that we are thinking entertainment is just for fun, but there is business underneath everything happening with respect to entertainment, and that's what we need to be able to trumpet.
Wow, Johnny. Thank you very much, Robert. Thank you very much, Ed. Thank you very much, DJ Mesa. When are you inviting me to Seoul?
Every Friday.
I'm on.
But if you like tonight, you can even come through. Or you go your event. You have an event tonight.
They go alone.
Tomorrow.
Down tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the exit party, at Enzo,
Hey!
So if you didn't see them come in, you can see them leave. Like help see them off.
Good job, Okwai. Good job, Okwai.
That's the last one.
That's the last one. Exit party. Enzo, what time?
Enzo, from 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
Charlie, let's all meet up at Enzo
But
tomorrow.
is it the thing different or?
Just go ahead.
Let's meet tomorrow, Enzo. 10 p.m. for the exit part. Eja, if you couldn't chill throughout the December and the first week of January, you couldn't chill. Watching out, there. Let's all go.
The exit is for the party.
Bye-bye. We'll be back up. Hey, you're confusing me. We'll be back after this break with the critics with the conversation. Don't go anywhere.